Hi, it's Elise Lunstar from Data Australasia again, and today I'm going to talk about the Android phone. How about that? I'm actually filming this video on one right now.
Data Australasia, guided by lived experience, led by you.
Welcome back and thanks for joining me. My iPhone went flat and sadly the iPhone is not very good at reporting its battery status like it used to be. I'm not sure what that's all about, but I think it's got a lot to do with iOS 26. There's a lot of problems with it this year. It's not the best one they've done, and I sincerely hope that they put things right. You used to get a dialog box telling you your battery is going flat. Now it might appear, if you're lucky, in the dynamic island. Now, if you miss it, or if you've been low vision and you're using your vision, or even if you've got VoiceOver on, you may miss the prompt. So here I am recording videos on the iPhone and walk over to turn one off and finish it, only to find the thing had gone completely dead flat. So let's do what Kirsten's done. Break out the Android phone. And this is my first long form video that I'm creating from it. Now, Android's come a long way, and I did start about a year ago teaching TalkBack to people, which is the built-in screen reader to the Android system. There are other screen readers, unlike Apple, where Apple you can only put VoiceOver. On TalkBack, on the Android system, you can have, there's that Chinese one. What did it used to be called? It used to be called Commentary. It has a new name now. We have a lady in Sydney who is an absolute whiz when it comes to Android. And you can actually change the desktop. You can put in another, launcher called Hyperion, which the geeks tell me, is actually even better than the Samsung one that comes by default. So at some point I'll get the guts up and do that. But you can read a lot of things. Kirsten's taken on an Android phone, slightly different from the one I have. I have the Z Fold 5, which has now been superseded by the Z Fold 7. I first saw a Z Fold, which was actually one of my colleagues at Toastmasters who recorded a very fine speech, very fine video using a lapel mic back in 2023, and that's where I got the idea from to use the lapel mics. So they're quite versatile. I'm actually running this with the usual Rode NTG shotgun mic. And Kirsten's running hers with the lapel mics, which I'm going to do at some point when I get a moment to test it, because she's doing a lot of short form videos and has now convinced me into the short form mode as well. But yeah, there's certainly a debate raging, and Android's come a long way. I believe the Facebook app is a little better than it used to be, but again, Apple will always be, in my mind, fastest, strongest, but there is room for other players in the field. And, really, I think Apple is going to miss an opportunity if they don't clean up their act with iOS 27, because 26 is not being kind to us. And Tahoe has not been their best effort ever for the Mac. So anyone running Tahoe and experiencing difficulties with VoiceOver, that is the reason why. This is very reminiscent of the year I came back from Australia, actually, when we went from Sierra to High Sierra. I was very impressed with Sierra, but I was not impressed with High Sierra. Same reasons. Bugs, too many of them. Okay, so I'm recording this short, long-form video on my Android with the same ring light in a very similar way that I would be recording on the iPhone. In actual fact, I've just started using the iPhone natively rather than the continuity camera because I wanted to record some material in high dynamic range. And I think this is too, and I think we're running at 30 or 60 frames a second. I'm not sure. I really should play around with the Android more, and I most likely will, because Kirsten's taken hers on. She's got a A56, I think it is, a Samsung Galaxy A56, and she has just loved it. So there's room for, phones that are less expensive. If you are unable to, afford the high-end phones, there's a bit of scope out there for people. So there's just my thoughts on this particular video. I'll rotate the device around in a minute and start doing some more short form stuff for the YouTube and for the Facebook and TikTok fraternity. But yep, love to have you join us at Data Australasia as a client. Look us up. Call 0448 966 533. Do a Google search for us. Look us up even on ChatGPT. We're there. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.
For fast, efficient access technology training and support, call Elise Lonsdale from Australia 0448 966 533. That's 0448 966 533. Or from New Zealand on 027 315 2858. That's 027 315 2858. Data Australasia. Guided by lived experience, led by you.